In this Star Wars Battlefront 2 news update video, I will be sharing with you details on a brand new update for Kyber 2. It's a big one with new features, new content, and details on its upcoming release when it will come out and stuff like that. There are a lot of answers to questions you have about Kyber, so make sure you do stick around until the end of the video. You won't want to miss any of it. Before we do get into today's news though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future Battlefront 2 videos or Kyber news updates. So, it has been over 2 months since the previous update from the Kyber team back when Wave 2 kicked off. Originally the plan was to have Wave 3 happen a few weeks after that, but it ultimately did not come to fruition for various reasons. However, they did drop a big blog post and update late last night, which I'm going to go through right now. Titled Development Update Bringing Balance to the Force, they kick things off with some surprising news, and it's that the person that created Kyber and its lead developer, Battledash, is actually stepping down because he is now working for EA in some capacity, which is pretty cool, to go from Battlefront modder to working at EA. Now, they do say it's uncertain whether he'll actually return to Kyber once his work is done, but the Kyber team don't anticipate this actually affecting the launch of Kyber V2. The reason being is that the lead UI developer, Reax, is stepping in as its lead developer, and they've also brought on 2 new team members who will actually work on Kyber 2. They contributed already to things like Battlefront Plus, so they're already involved with Battlefront modding. It is a shame that Battledash may not see the project out to its end. That said, Kyber 2, just to be clear, is going to be fine. They say it's going to continue without him, and they are pushing ahead without him. Another developer stepping away is the Spartan CV, who, if you've watched my previous modding videos back in the day, you will recognise that name. They worked on Battlefront Plus, the big mod pack that adds so much content, and they have decided to step away from Battlefront 2 modding. Another name you may recognise if you watch my previous modding videos back in the day is Cosmic Dreams. They were one of the first Battlefront modders back in the day, and they are stepping in to work on Battlefront Plus, replacing the Spartan CV. Let's now move on to new features coming to Kyber 2. So, automatic team balancing is coming. This has been a big request because it has led to a lot of issues. Whenever I've played Kyber on stream for the past few weeks, it has not been great. The Kyber team say that over the past month you may have observed the presence of sleeper agents in games on official servers. Sleeper agents are enemy units disguised as friendly units, imposters, who must be eliminated to blow their cover and return to the correct team. This experiment explored whether converting mid-game team balancing into an unpredictable in-game event could solve typically a challenging problem in a multiplayer game. Ultimately, sleeper agents proved too chaotic for such a frequent event. It was a lot of fun on stream occasionally, but yeah, I can understand why it's not going to be happening mid-game. Instead, they have decided to create a more straightforward solution. Basically, players that join a server will be placed on the team with the lowest number of players, ensuring both teams have a fair chance. Players are randomly scrambled between games, ensuring teams are always balanced. This update will seamlessly install the next time you play Battlefront with Kyber, so that's nice to hear. Another new feature is new map rotations on official servers. So right now, the official 24/7 dedicated servers operate in North America and Europe across Supremacy and Galactic Assault, plus Heroes vs Villains. This also contains the Battlefront Plus beta version, which is why people seem to think Kyber adds all of that content. That is just a mod pack, Battlefront Plus. They've reduced the amount of official servers from 6 to 4, and map rotations have been refreshed to enhance variety and boost stability. I was definitely getting bored of the map rotation. It was not a good rotation in my opinion. Thankfully, that has now changed. So they've done away with the smaller mode servers, and those will return for special events or if there is sufficient demand when Kyber does actually launch. Of course, you can still host games with those smaller modes. It's just that they won't be running on official servers at this moment in time. We've also been given a look at the new stat page, which is awesome. So basically, they are indeed going to be creating a stat page. It was announced quite some time ago, but it hasn't been in the beta. Now we actually get a look of how it's getting on so far. According to the Kyber team, this is the most complex page to implement from a design perspective, and they've been working on this for nearly a year. I'm showing you screenshots of it in action right now. It's not currently in Kyber, but it will be at some point, and it looks pretty good, definitely for sure. I'm very happy to see this. I know stats missing in Battlefront 2 was a big issue, even though they did do some work back in the day on it, and it just never came to fruition. The main issue they actually have right now is the sheer number of data points that are used for player stats. There's actually around 2,000 individual stats for every player in Battlefront 2, which is insane, really. Finding a place for all of those stats is difficult. In order to just make this possible for the team, they've decided to just select the most interesting statistic for each unit and hero in the game. They did confirm there will be a future blog post that will detail the Kyber UI design, which is pretty cool. It's one of the most impressive things about Kyber, in my opinion, and hopefully will reveal more details on the stats. Moving on to updates to the playtest and its release. So, it's been 2 months, like I said, since Wave 2, which is a long time. They did originally say it was going to take a couple of weeks between playtests. However, they've said that they've found a lot of bugs because of the playtesters that have been in so far, and they've been busy fixing all of those bugs. That's why they haven't had many updates come out, and of course, no new waves. They ran in-game events such as Unlimited Power, which is unfortunately no longer active in the base version of Battlefront 2, among other things such as the sleeper agents and stuff like that. They say that they will be doubling down with in-game events to create a greater variety of experiences, because that is when Kyber's player count surges. And I agree, because I've played over 2,000 hours of Battlefront. There is only so much to do. There's only so much that new content can do. In my opinion, new events makes the game way more interesting to play and entertaining. Wave 3 still does not have a release date or anything like that, but it will be coming in the future, so you can still sign up if you haven't already. But just a reminder that over 18,000 people have actually signed up, so the chances of getting in, because they will only bring in probably 1,000 or so people in the next playtest, is somewhat slim. The Kyber team actually encouraged players to sign up for the free playtest rather than join their Patreon, which does give access to Kyber. The reason being, Kyber is unfinished, may not work as well as you'd like. So if your goal is just to play, then they say think twice about whether donating or not for immediate access is the right choice for you. Just to be very clear, because for whatever reason, even though I say I'm very clear every time, people seem to think Kyber is going to release as a paid thing. No, it's completely free when it does release for everybody. Once it is out of playtesting, it will not be paid for. Same with the playtesting. It's free to sign up for the playtesting. You just may not get in. As for when Kyber 2 will actually release, Dangerous Cat, the community manager, did say that we avoid talking about dates publicly until we are absolutely certain that we can adhere to it. The nature of this project, with our small team and limited resources, means we can't always hit our internal targets. All I can say for now is we expect Kyber to be out in the first half of 2025, so before the end of June, basically. I would say Kyber is like 95% of the way there in just how it presents itself to everyone. It just works very, very well, aside from the few bugs here and there. But ultimately, if, let's say, 20,000 people try playing, they would have a ton of issues. Kyber is unfinished, they say themselves, and it doesn't work for everyone right now. I mean, I've had bugs myself on stream. It just happens. For me personally, it's not a big deal, and I would say most people are in agreement. It's just that when you open up to tens of thousands more people, people have different expectations and want things to be perfect. They want to release a finished product that does work properly rather than not. That's why they are running this playtest still with a limited amount of players to just keep it from going sideways. Because we've all seen how the Battlefront Classic Collection launched, right? They said it's all about scaling up, because if they do open the floodgates and let everyone in, it's fairly certain that something will fail, and that's going to create a lot of bad will within the community. People just aren't going to come back to it, because just like the Classic Collection, you have one chance and they can't screw it up. So they are just slowly pushing the limits of Kyber without, getting everyone involved. So, in short, Kyber 2 is still coming out in the first half of 2025. However, we just don't have an exact date yet or an update for Wave 3, but when there is, I will make a video, so make sure to subscribe for that. We also have some updates to Battlefront Plus, which is the mod pack used on the official servers, the big one that you will have seen most people using. So, Beta 90 is now out for those playing on Kyber, and it includes a lot of stuff. For example, they have tweaked so much in regards to weapons and reinforcements. A lot of balancing has gone on here, which is great, because I do disagree with some of the balancing that has happened within Battlefront Plus, and I think some stuff has also been OP, but, a lot of stuff has been worked on in this new update, so I'm looking forward to checking it out and seeing how it does go down. They've also updated skins for the Patrol Trooper, Tank Trooper, Weapons Technician, Cow's icon, the E10 icon, Star Card stat displays, and more. They've even reworked the flashlight in Ewok Hunt, so the battery actually has a opponent capacity of 2 minutes, and that's pretty cool. So it's limited, and it is refreshed 30 seconds with the DLT 19. They've also fixed a bunch of bugs as well, so this is quite a sizable update, lots of good stuff in there, and I am looking forward to checking it out on the official servers today. I would love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below. And if you do have any questions about Kyber, I probably have already answered them in my previous Kyber video. It's a FAQ video that answers pretty much all questions about Kyber, so check that out if you haven't already. It definitely goes into a lot of stuff. Hopefully Wave 3 does come out soon, and remember, you can sign up to the playtest for free or the Patreon. Just remember, it's still a work in progress. If you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe so you don't miss any future Star Wars Battlefront 2 videos, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, including Kyber content updates, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.